Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ellie if you've never been here before, and on this channel I upload whatever I want. Today is going to be a sub day. I was going to do a couple sub days in the life, but I think that there's enough going on today that I'm going to include in this video that I don't need to fill it with 2 days. I am subbing in a high school classroom today. This is actually my third time of the school year subbing, and it's my third time subbing in the same classroom. So I love subbing in this classroom. I subbed in it a lot last year, and I'm picking up jobs in this classroom again this year. Because I have subbed so many times in this classroom, I kind of know the routine very well, and I know there wouldn't be a lot to show you guys in the vlog portion considering it's high school and there's not a lot of variety to the classes. I wanted to just make sure that the video is filled with enough that's entertaining but also informative. So I'm subbing in a high school classroom like I mentioned. This class does have 4 sections and each class is 70 minutes, and they are all social studies history classes. So I will get into more detail of like what exactly they're learning about and what the classes are about, but just to give you that information before I go, it is all grade levels with I think 1 freshman only class. Before I leave, because it is time for me to leave in just a couple minutes, I'm actually kind of early this morning, which is surprising because I had to make my lunch this morning. So let's do a little bit of a fit check. I'm wearing this green top. It has like ruffled sleeves and a little button detail here that can be unbuttoned. Obviously I'm wearing it buttoned, and then it's just plain in the back. This is from Old Navy. I love Old Navy, as you will see. My jeans are also Old Navy. They are, I wouldn't say skinny, they're probably just straight leg, and they are kind of long on the bottoms, and most of the time I roll them up, but I kind of feel like just not rolling them up today. This is a terrible angle. Maybe you'll see a better angle of my jeans at some point today. And then I'm wearing these Converse. They're just like this tan beige color. They're actually not like a regular Converse low top. Let me see if I can show you. I need to roll up my jeans a little bit to show you though. I don't know if you can see, but the tongue is a little bit thicker. I don't know exactly what style. I like them. I actually think I got them in the clearance section, which I like to get my shoes in because I think I find some cute, funky shoes in those sections. Like my floral white Vans, if you remember those. I think I still have them, but it's time for me to get a new pair of Vans because those ones are definitely worn. I wore those like every day of my student teaching and my teaching, like when I was teaching 5th grade as well. But I got those in the clearance section, and I think I got these in the clearance section. I don't know, maybe I didn't. I probably did though. Then I'm wearing this gold daffodil necklace. This is from a shop on Etsy. If I remember and I can find the shop and they still sell it, I'll link it in the description box. And then I decided to only wear just my like first lobe piercings earrings, and these are gold butterfly earrings, and I've been asked where they were before, and honestly I can't remember, but I think I was gifted them, but I think they're from Target a long time ago, so sorry. They might still be there. Apple Watch, I have my wedding rings, and that's the fit. And then my bag, this is the bag that I started using halfway through the year last year, and I'm probably gonna be using all of this school year. It's just a nice tote, and it's ribbed and it's very soft. This is what the tag says, but I think it's from Amazon. I'll do a what's in my bag during my prep. And then I was drinking my coffee in a glass cup, which is what I pretty much do every day, but I can't find the lid to it. I think it's in the dishwasher, and I saw this in the back of my cupboard and I was like, I'm gonna take it. This cup is from my mentor teacher from student teaching. I miss her. I should reach out to her. She got this for me at the end of student teaching, and it actually holds cold drinks very well. So I just put my coffee in here and we're ready to go. I'm not gonna talk for too long right now because I am gonna open the door for kids to come in and get situated. School is gonna start in 30 minutes. I wanted to give you somewhat of a brief overview before school starts. So just to get ready for the day, I have my rosters. I have a folder from the office that kind of goes over everything important, and then I have a folder for sub plans, and then this last folder filled with papers is something that I'm going to pass out in one of the classes. I'm ready for the day. I have my highlighter, pencil, pen, eraser, and I'll get into my routine during my prep, which is second period. So I'll see you guys soon. All right, guys, it's my prep time. So I wanted to go over kind of like what we're doing today and what my day is gonna look like, and kind of like my routine, at least in this classroom, but pretty much at this school, it's kind of the same. I am on my prep. Like I mentioned earlier today, these classes are 70 minutes. So I have a 70-minute prep right now. I am kind of nervous that a custodian is gonna come in and kind of pick up the room, which is fine, and it's their job. I just don't want them to see me vlogging. At this school, one thing I really like about it is that we get 2 copies of rosters. I like that because obviously we have to turn in attendance to the office, but we can keep 1 copy, and it's nice to be able to write notes to the teacher on the roster because the teacher can see who was absent without having to like go into the Skyward system. But also in case of an emergency, like if I need to go, if we have a fire drill or a real evacuation, it's so much easier to just grab this because it's right in front of me and grab whatever emergency like card system, like the red, green cards, and take that with me if we have an evacuation and I have the roster and I know who's absent even because it's taken on the roster. Not every school does that, and I feel like they need to. And some teachers are prepared and they have extra rosters with their things, like with their emergency stuff, but it still doesn't have current attendance of who's there that day. So I really like that this school does both. On one roster that gets sent to the office, I just write in pencil until about 10 minutes. And then once 10 minutes is up, I kind of go over it in ink just because it gets sent to the office at around 10 minutes. And then on the teacher's copy, I take a highlighter just to make it more clear of who's absent, who was tardy. And then there's like a section on the roster where it's just a blank space, and I always use that to write notes. So for example, in this class they play Kahoot and they get bonus points for winners basically, and so I'll write those kids' names down. And then also in this class, if they're watching a documentary or an episode of something, I can write down what time they left off, so that way tomorrow when the teacher comes, they know where to continue. And any other like behavioral issues, I'll write that down as well. Like I mentioned, this is a social studies class, and so he has 1 class of outdoor experience, and they're learning a lot about like local lakes, local fish hatcheries, things like that, outdoor sciences, ecological, environmental things. And in that class, they're doing a novel study, so they worked on their novel study, we played a game of Kahoot, and then they were watching an episode of a documentary on the Dust Bowl, and so we did that. And then 2 of his class periods are Old West history, and so they're both doing novel studies in their classes. They're going to have time to study today for a quiz that they're going to have later on this week. We're going to play a game of Kahoot, which is another form of studying, and then they're actually starting a movie today. In that class, they're also learning about like the westernized portrayal of history, and especially American history, and so they're going to be starting a new movie, and I'm going to go over like an introduction of that. So the teacher actually left me this packet to pass out to them, but I'm also going to read it to them to introduce to them why we're watching this movie, and then with whatever time we have left in the class, we're going to start the movie. And then the other class that he teaches is civics, so it's just freshmen, social studies, civics, and government. They're also doing a novel study. We're going to play Kahoot to study, and then we're going to watch a video about the Declaration of Independence, and they're going to do an assignment that they're pretty used to called takeaways, where they basically summarize the video, what they're taking away from it, any questions that they have. That's basically the schedule in here for me today and my role in here. It is, like I said, my prep, and so I'm honestly just going to take the rest of my prep, I have about an hour now, to read. Then it'll be 3rd period, and then it'll be lunch. There will be kids in here on my lunch, so I won't vlog at all. After the school day is over, after 5th period, I will check in with you guys and let you guys know how the day went before I go home. You guys, this is how I literally feel today. Actually, how I felt the past couple of days. I have to sneeze already. If you couldn't tell by the way that I look or the way that I sound, I am sick. And this video has been in the works for a couple weeks now. I wasn't sick when I started it. And I wasn't even sick when I am going to end it. But I'm popping in the middle of editing because I wanted to say that it doesn't end pretty abruptly. It transitions very abruptly. The day that I filmed the majority of the vlog, right after that class, I had ran into so many technical difficulties. That day, the internet was cutting in and out, and then the teacher's computer restarted and updated, and the password that he left for me for the computer was expired. It wasn't the right password, and everything that the kids were required to do in that class required both internet and the teacher's login. For one of the classes, they were watching a YouTube video and doing like takeaways, and so I was like, well, I can log into my substitute account with the district, and I can try to show the YouTube video. Oh my goodness, I feel like I have to sneeze so bad. I was like, I can log into my YouTube account and try to show them the YouTube video from my account, but literally the school district set up my subbing account as under the age of 18, and so I had like no access to basically anything on the computer. I could check my email, and that's about it, and I could use like external things. So like I could, if a teacher left a DVD, I could log into my account and then put the DVD in. So I couldn't even show them that YouTube video. So basically it was a lot of behavior management at that point because they had nothing to do, and they were trying to use that as like a free pass. And so I was exhausted when I got home, and then I just kind of fell into like a little bit of a YouTube slump for a bit there. And then earlier this week, my eyes are watering. Earlier this week is when I started to just barely get sick. Like I really wasn't showing any symptoms besides like my throat starting to have a little bit of a tickle, but I was still feeling okay. And so I had that like drive again to do YouTube and to finally finish out this video because I haven't uploaded in like 3 upload days, which for me, I try to upload twice a week. It might even be 4 upload days now. So that's like 2 weeks of uploads, and I love YouTube, so I really want to like do my best at it. And so like I mentioned, I was feeling okay at the beginning of this week, and so I had a different sub job Tuesday and Wednesday of this week, and then I did another 2-day sub job yesterday and today. I should not have gone, to be honest, because this is how I felt all day. But I finished out the video. I actually showed you what was in my bag, which was planned for the first job of this video. And then I got to edit most of it while I was at that job because that teacher at the beginning of this week had the last half of the day be both prep and the kids' recess. And so it was like an hour and a half of time that I could just use to edit. And then I got home and I just was not feeling it anymore. But it's Friday and I really want a video to go up tomorrow. So I'm trying to work through this sickness just to get this clip in, and then I will edit the part that I filmed earlier this week. I just felt like it was not a seamless transition. So here I am popping in on photo booth on my laptop. That's how you know when someone's in the trenches, when they're popping in on photo booth on their laptop during editing. Like, I can't be bothered to set up my camera and a tripod. Like, I just can't. Anyways, if these have been distracting this whole time, I'm so sorry, but love you guys. And I hope you love the rest of this vlog. Hi guys, I'm filming this on my phone, but it is almost time for me to go. It's actually like a week later, but I don't know what was going on last week. I just never finished this video. It's been so close to just being ready to edit and upload, but I've just been in like a YouTube slump. So I'm trying to get out of that, but it's gonna be a great week. I've had a great day today and I was really surprised because it was 5th grade. It was my first day back in elementary for this school year, and 5th grade is usually the hardest, and I'm actually having a really good day. So the day is almost over and I'm gonna leave in about 20 minutes, but I've just been kind of killing time. I actually did waste about an hour already. I've planned on reading, but I just haven't been. I think I need to get used to being in elementary again. While I just pass time until it's time to go, I'm going to do a what's in my sub bag. So I'm gonna try to do this without shaking the table too much because I'm using a makeshift tripod, but this is my sub bag. I'm not exactly sure what the brand is, but I think it's from Amazon. It's just kind of like a ribbed corduroy type material, and it's a cream color. It's also pretty dirty, I'm not gonna lie, but I use it every day to sub. It has these like purse straps, but it also has like a crossbody strap, and I usually just use these shorter straps. The first thing I have is my water, which I have not been drinking enough of. If you are coming from my YouTube short, I talked about how I literally left this in the office and I walked all the way down, and this school, 5th grade, is all the way like down a couple hallways outside in the 5th grade portables. And when I realized it was left in the office, I was very sad because I had to walk all the way to go get it, but I have it now. If you haven't checked out my YouTube short, then you should. The next thing I have in here is my lunch box, and I keep my lunch in here. This is from the brand, I don't even know how to say that. Oh wait, is it this way? Is it OPUX or is it XNDO? I don't know, but it has like a little handle this way, but then also if you have something that's not like, you're not worried about it spilling, you can carry it this way. It has these little hooks. I don't know exactly what they're for. If somebody can tell me in the comments. I don't know if it's just a hook to stuff too, but anyways, it has a zipper on top that you can put things in, and then you can also open it, and then you can keep your lunch in there. It has a pocket. I use this little bento box today, and then I always put an ice pack in there. If you want to see what I have for lunch, go check out my YouTube short. I also keep a file folder of all of my important documents. This has like the handbooks for the schools that I sub at, as well as like important like login information. It's really beat up. Last school year I spilled my water like 3 times in my bag, and it definitely has soaked some stuff, so that's not good. But I keep this with me also throughout the school year. I'll just put like student artwork and stuff in here because why not? I also keep this little bag. This just says best teacher ever. To be honest, I can't remember which one of my students I got it from. I think I got it from one of my 4th grade students when I long-term subbed a few years ago. So yeah, but I have a little pack of band-aids in here. I don't even know how many are in there. It says 8, but I think I might have opened this, so there's probably not a lot in here, but it's like a travel pack. I have gum, which I might take a piece of that right now. I actually just replenished this too and put some things in here that I didn't have, which a lot of it I don't use, but I have some cough drops in there. I think I have about 3. I have a little hand cream. I have a highlighter, a pencil, and a pen. And I use these for like taking attendance or whatever. Most teachers have writing utensils like in an easy to find location, but occasionally you will find a classroom, especially like at the high school level, where there is like no pencil pen in sight. So I just like to have my own. I have a chapstick in here. I'm gonna put some on right now, actually. This one is like almost gone. I have an e.l.f. lip oil. This is in the shade Rose Envy. I have this little fidget anxiety ring that I need to be using more of, but I actually got this from one of my students, and sometimes it comes in handy when I notice like I'm playing with my hair too much or I just need to focus better. I like to use that. And then I just put this in here. I've never used this travel one. It's a poopery, but I feel like I could use it. Like it could come in handy one day. But yeah, I have this. And then I also have this pumpkin cupcake pocket back hand sanitizer. It's almost empty. It's pumpkin and it's fall right now, so I need to be like actually using this. So that's everything that I have in this little bag here. And this thing I feel like I use every day, like if I take gum out or anything. chapstick, all of that good stuff. I have my car keys. I have my wallet. This is just my handy dandy wallet, everyday wallet, ID, all of my cards, everything of the sort is in there. I also bring whatever book I'm currently reading. This is the book I'm currently reading that I should have been reading while sitting here. I've had an hour and a half of prep time at the end of the day that I should have been using to read today. Tomorrow is a better day, but this is my current read. I always bring a current read for days like today where I have a ton of prep time and I don't have a lot to do, but also when I sub at the high school level and I can kind of get away with reading while the kids are working, I like to have my current read. And then I also have my planner in there. This is my current planner, my new planner for the school year. It's just the Papyrus brand. I actually really like it. The aesthetic of it and the sturdiness of it. It's pretty like durable. It has like a leather cover and it's like this floral print and then it has like gold accents. This one is a lot more, it's a lot simpler than the last planner I had. I really like that it's not coil bound because the coilness of it, it has its pros, like you can like flip it back, you know, and just like have it lay flat, but the coils would just get bent and caught in things. So I really like that this one is just a lot more sturdier, and as the months go on I'll be able to like open it and lay it flat. But yeah, this one is a 25-26 planner, so I'll be able to use this until December of 2026, so that's really cool. And then lastly, in this pocket right here, I just keep like feminine hygiene products, pads, tampons, liners. And then in this pocket, I just never cleaned it out, but it has a binder clip and a penny. So as you can see, it's dirty, but it has a zippered pocket, and then it also just has a pocket that you can slip things into. Oh, also another thing I didn't show you, I have this little keychain on the side. This is from the dollar spot at Target, and I just hooked it to this because I didn't know what else to put it on, but I think it's really cute. It adds a little pizzazz, and I love keychains, but it fits everything, and I love this bag. I literally bring it every time I sub, so that's everything that's in my sub bag. I'm actually going to end out this video here because I don't know when else I will. I'm hoping I edit it tonight and that you guys will see it tomorrow because I haven't uploaded in quite a few uploading days. But yeah, if you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you like me and you haven't already, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't already, leave a comment. I love interacting with your comments. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.